And we are live. Yep, Kenny and Sis. I knew, we knew it was going to come. I'll just start by saying this. Damn proud of the boys this year. Didn't expect it. Never expected a playoff run. Never expected the 4 seed. Hurt a little bit last night, like Sis said. A little rough sleeping. But, hey, let's get back into the lab. Let's work. Free agent, the draft at the end of July. August comes free agency. Let's go. Let's get one more star and let's start competing for championships. But a hell of a little run this year by our New York Knicks. Mister Carson Shear, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Kurt? How you doing? Yeah, props to the New York Knicks. Great season. I know when you guys got your first playoff win, and I don't know how many years you guys probably know, but yeah, that was insane. You guys are heading in the right direction. I think the direction of the New York Knicks is going upward.
By the way, special shout out to Coach Breslin. I'm rocking our K&K Sports Show. I didn't even realize it is Atlanta Hawk Red tonight, guys. I did not mean to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to give a shout out to the Atlanta Hawks. They played a great series, but also better shout out to Coach Breslin because this K&K Sports gear looks good. Real quick before I get the other guys, Henry Zimanoff. I knew this would happen last night, was full of mental mishaps for the Knicks. If that's the case, same case for Portland versus the Nuggets. We'll get into that in a second because I cannot wait to watch that game tonight, Henry. Hopefully the Nuggets knock off Portland and Damian Lillard says he wants to get traded. Mr. Sis, what's your thoughts? How are you tonight?
Well, I'm good, buddy. You?
I'm all right.
Same thing. They weren't supposed to win 21 games, and they won a lot more than that. And truthfully, they had a great season. They're probably a year or two away winning the whole thing. They need a couple of key players is what they need.
Great point. Great point. And Mr. Kirkpatrick, how are you?
Good. I'm going to echo all the words. Just say great season. Hats off to the Hawks. They were the better team. But I promised it wasn't on the agenda, but so I'm going to do this in the intros. Promised Carson his 5 minutes of bragging with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Our Yankee struggles started when we got swept by the Tigers. So if Carson's a struggling Detroit fan, we're going to give him his time to shine right now, sis. You might want to put your earplugs in.
Yankees went up today, then they got rocked.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that, Carson? Sweeping the Yankees?
Yeah, that was surprising. It was last Friday. We were at home, Comerica, Yankees kind of the time. Like, okay, let's just get one game. Get the first one. I'm like, okay, squeaked it out. Second one really shocked me, 6-1. We had the bats flying that day. And Sunday we closed it out again with 6-2 wins. So and that was going up against your top aces too. So we were on for some reason. We decided to click, and it's a great sign to see, especially when we're in full rebuild mode. Got a bunch of new guys coming up. I'm really liking our pitching rotation. It looks really solid for many years to come. I'm liking what I see out of Casey Mize, Turnbull, all those guys. With the no hitter the other day. So I think it's a good thing that the Tigers are back in the right direction, even though I still have nightmares of the 2012 World Series where we had all those All-Stars and we got swept by the Giants. But I think it's moving up for us, the Tigers. But, I was shocked to see that we swept the Yankees. So we're fourth in the AL Central. I mean, we're 7 games behind the wild card spot. I believe in miracles, but it's going to take a big miracle to even get shot at a wild card spot, but there's over 100 games left, so we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Sis, I don't have a hat, but my hat's off to the Tigers. I don't know if you want to take your hat off
Oh yeah, here you go.
There you
That's
go.
right.
There you go.
Real quick, since we're wits and wagers, and then we'll get into the show. I saw a stat for Henry, Rockies fan. They're not in last place, but Kurt, we always talk about the home field advantage in Denver. You realize their record this year, and I'm saying this because we're wits and wagers. Everybody out there needs to start money lining the Rockies at home because they're probably being underdog quite often. They're 18-4 at home.
Wow.
18-5, 4-22 on the road.
That's no joke.
What does that tell you? You bet them on the road, bet against them on the road. take them as a home dog at home. Why not? 18 out of 23. Sign me up.
Kenny Douglas is saying, what was that, a WNBA score last night? Kenny's just better got to worry about one thing. It's called the Greek Freak. That's all I'm going to say with that. By the way, Jasper G, what's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
What's up,
Thank you,
Jasper?
But, Kenny, hey, you better start playing defense over there in I call it Jersey Light in Brooklyn over there. But, I'd be worried about Milwaukee. We'll get into some picks in a little bit, but I'll be worried about that. But, hey, Kenny's right, though. We got to get people that put the ball in the basket. We can't be scoring, 90 points in a playoff game. We can't. So, he is right.
The Hawks gave us every chance to win yesterday. But you know what? Hats off to the Hawks. They in our court. Hats off to the Knicks for a season nobody expected. So
absolutely.
We'll leave it like that. We'll leave it as that.
Okay.
So we got a fun little show tonight, Kurt. I know you're up first with tonight. We got different sports to talk about tonight.
Kenny Douglas is saying we just outscore them all. I don't know if that philosophy is going to work come conference final. It's starting now.
That's the philosophy. That's the philosophy LeBron and the Lakers had, and look what happened with them when they lost AD. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
All right, so let's do this. I'm going to do quick hitters with you. I got 12 quick hitters, and I'm going to do it just how you guys appear on the screen, which is Kenny, Sis, and Carson. Okay? One-word answers. Here we go. Is Coach K the best ever college basketball coach? I'll answer too after Carson.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say no.
Sis?
I think it's a toss-up between him and Bobby Knight, but I'll go with Coach K.
Okay, I'm going to say no also, and I'm going to go with John Wooden.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go John
I was going to
Wooden.
go with Dean Smith because that's who I saw. Like, I didn't see John Wooden.
Okay, next question. This year, it's this final year. Two-part question. I'm going to go Carson, Kenny, Sis. Two-part question. Does Duke make the Final Four? Does Duke win the national championship in his last year? Two-part question. Go ahead, Carson.
No and no.
Kenny.
No and no.
Sis?
Same answer, no and no.
I'm going to say yes and no. I think they do make a magical run, and I think they get to the Final Four. Coach Breslin, thank you for joining. He is saying he is one of the best recruiters. I am going with Dean Smith too, Kenny. And no, too much pressure. Question 3. Will new coach in waiting, but who's going to be their coach? Will John Shire ever win a national championship at Duke, Carson?
Yes.
Kenny.
Some tough shoes to fill. I'm going to say no because it's hard. There's so many teams in college basketball.
Sis.
I'm going to say no because of Kenny's answer. There's too many teams in college basketball.
I'm going to say no with you, Kenny, and Sis also. I don't know. Not even that there's too many. There's like so much more parity. It's not just the type, you're getting a lot of these lower end teams coming up. So I'm going to say no too. Number 4, Kenny, I'm going to start with you. Should the New York Knicks pay Julius Randle max money?
No. I'm going to say no. He did not deserve max money in the playoffs where money. That's when you're going to need to make your money. I'm going to say no as his biggest supporter.
Sis.
Definitely not. Not the way he did in the playoffs. No way.
Carson.
Sorry.
Absolutely not. Beelan said it yesterday and made a good point. The regular season doesn't matter. It's all about the playoffs. If you can't show up in the playoffs where it really matters most, you don't deserve a max contract.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Great
Coach
point.
Breslin saying no, not max money for Randall. I agree. A clean sweep of the board. Not now. You know what? Play out your year next year. Let's see what you could do, but absolutely not now. Number 5. More touchdown passes this year. Quarterback Zach Wilson from the Jets. Daniel Jones from the Giants. Sis.
Daniel Jones.
Carson.
Daniel Jones, he's on the come up. I think he's going to shock a lot of people this year. I think Zach Wilson, rookie season, he's going to be good, but he's not going to have more touchdowns than Daniel.
Kenny?
It's Daniel Jones.
I'm going Daniel Jones also, another clean sweep. Coach Breslin saying do what they have to get Suggs, get a real point guard for the Knicks. Absolutely. Coach Breslin saying Wilson, better offensive line. So Coach Breslin's breaking the string here. All right, number 6. Sis, do the Yankees make the playoffs this year?
They don't win the East, but they make the playoffs. Yeah, they do.
Carson?
Yeah, they make the playoffs.
Kenny?
They'll sneak in. Cashman's going to be forced to make some kind of move this year. Like, this is the year you got to make a move. Get somebody.
I agree with you guys, too. I will say Yankees make the playoffs. Number 7, Kenny. Better pitcher, Jacob deGrom or Garrett Cole?
I hate to say it, but it's Jacob deGrom.
Carson?
Yeah, I'm going to go with DeGrom as well.
Sis?
Make it 3. Ground.
Make it 4. I'm going DeGrom, too. I mean, listen, he might be MVP this year. The guy's insane.
Real quick, I was listening to a show, and they were bashing the fans that are getting mad that Cole gave up 5 runs. Listen, you got a $300 million contract. You shouldn't be giving up 5 runs. Hands down, I agree with the fans that are mad at Cole. Simple. You make $300 million. Look what DeGrom doing in the other side of New York. You can't be giving up 5 runs to a Tampa Bay Rays team. You can't do it.
Okay.
The Rays are still our cancer.
Coach Breslin saying DeGrom is the best in baseball. Number 8, the Nets are down 1 point. Who takes the shot? Harden, Kyrie, KD? Carson?
Kevin Durant, no question.
Sis?
That's too easy. Durant.
Kenny?
I'm going to go differently. I'm going to go Harden because Durant's they're going to double team Durant. He's going to have to shoot over 2 people, so that's going to leave one of the other 2 big guys open.
Coach Breslin is saying Durant should take it. I absolutely agree that he is the face. He is the best player on that team, and that ball better be in Durant. By the way, our good friend Paul Rosen saying, hey, guys, DeGrom is the best in baseball. Eddie Murphy saying
Paul.
Boone was dumb for not reviewing that out of baseline play today. I did not see it, but if
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yes,
he was so out of the baseline. It wasn't fun. Yeah, that was a joke.
Guys, Matt Staffiero, our great friend from the Rocky Mountain Sports Report, actually, Matt messaged me today. I was so busy in school, I did not message her back. So as soon as the show is over, Matt, I promise you I will get back to you with your question. But thank you for joining us, Matt. What team does Julio Jones play for this year? Kenny?
Ooh. It's a good question, Kurt. Come back to me. You caught me by surprise on that. I want to make sure I get the right answer.
Carson?
I think it's the Seahawks. They're in a lot of talk with him. I think he'd be perfect alongside DK Metcalf. That is a scary, dangerous duo with Russell Wilson. I think Seahawks should basically go after him, do whatever it takes to go and get him.
Sis?
49ers.
Ooh, you know what was funny? Let's put money on it, because as soon as Sis said 49ers, I was saying 49ers, and Paul Rosen just messaged 49ers. So we got
There
3
it
of us
is.
right there.
I'm going to go a little bold. I'm going to say Mr. Belichick gets him in New England for his rookie quarterback, Sis.
Matt's,
That's a good
bold.
pick.
That's bold. Matt
In a division where the Bills are on top, but everybody else will be fighting for that wild card. So I'm going to go
Good
Patriots.
point. Good point.
Matt Staffiero saying, not the Broncos. Thank goodness. LOL. He's going Patriots or Chargers. Coach Breslin, Ravens or Seahawks in a bidding war. Okay, 3 more. All right. Everybody, when they talk about the Knicks and a star, there's a wish list. There's 3 names that come up. Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul. Who does not who do you want? Who is the most realistic out of those 3 to potentially be on the Knicks next year, Carson? Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard.
I think it's Kawhi Leonard. I really don't see Damian leaving the Blazers. That's like the one player I think out of everybody that I think he's the most loyal to his team. So I don't see him going. And I think Chris Paul, he just got with the Suns. I don't see him bouncing after 1 year with the Suns. And they might beat the Lakers tonight. So if they get all the way deep in the playoffs, I think he's staying with the Suns. So I think it's Leonard. But again, it's all depends on how these guys do. As these couple games go on, because they're all still in the playoffs right now.
By the way, I want to comment because Matt is all over this, and Chris Paul declined a $44 million player option today. They're saying he's looking at he wants supposedly a 3-year, $100 million deal. So
wow.
Whether it's from Phoenix or whoever, there is rumors that he is gonna decline that.
I did not know that. Wow.
Kenny, your thoughts? Chris Paul, Kawhi.
It would be a little different. I'm going to say Chris Paul, and I'll tell you why. Because you just said he declined, but he's been playing in small markets lately, and I think maybe now towards the end of his career, let me go to a big market. Let me get the media. Not just the media, but maybe some advertisement deals. I know he's got the State Farm thing going on, but. Maybe get some more endorsements in a big market. What better place than Madison Square Garden, New York City, running the team on a team that definitely needs a starting point guard. So I'm going to say Chris Paul would be the most realistic.
Sis, what about you? Leonard, Lillard, Chris Paul?
I would say Leonard and what's his name is not worth $100 million.
Chris Paul?
No way. He's too old.
Okay. Couple comments coming in about that. Coach Breslin saying Lillard. I don't think Leonard comes back east. I'm gonna go Kawhi.
Coach, I would love Lillard. Trust me.
Oh, me too. I would love anybody. I'm gonna go with Kawhi Leonard now, especially if things get ugly and they lose this series against Dallas. And he starts here and again. And he's a free agent. He can go wherever he wants. No trade. He can decide where he wants to go. So I'm going to go there. Question from Henry. Carson, answer this one. What if Lillard does leave Portland? How much shockwaves will be sent through the basketball world?
I think a lot. And I think I just said, Lillard's played his whole career at he came from a school that's not even talked about, Weber State. And he just kind of he's an amazing story of how he worked his way through the draft. Portland gave him a shot, and as we all know, he's a superstar. So I think it'd be a big shock if he did leave the Blazers. That it would definitely be really interesting to see what happens.
Carson, I got to go right back to you because there's a question about your Lions. This is from our good friend Big Dog 1470.
What's up, Big Dog?
What do you guys, and we'll all jump in, but Carson, you take it real quick. What do you guys think about the Lions interested in signing running back Todd Gurley?
I would love it. That'd be amazing. Pair up with DeAndre Swift. We got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL now. We're making moves. We're going to see what happens with Jared Goff, but I think he would be a great extra weapon, even in the backfield, throwing screen routes, doing quick little slants across the field. Todd Gurley is a household name, but it's a good question, Big Dog. I would love him to get him for sure.
Matt Stafford.
Pair him up with Goff. Them two teamed up in LA.
Yeah. Matt Staffiero, if Denver kicks him out, Dame may want to leave. Dude is playing lights out. Hey, I'm rooting for Denver tonight, man. Listen, Damian Lillard in Madison Square Garden would just be unbelievable box office. He would probably be, it would just be crazy. Point guard, shooter like
There's
that.
A guy who
doesn't nuts.
That's a guy who doesn't get the endorsements because he's in such a small market.
Yeah. And you know what? They always said, it said 2 years ago when there was talk about it, it was Lakers or Knicks. And hey, hopefully, let's see. All right, 2 more fun ones. You ready? I'm going to start this with Sis. Biggest wrestling star of all time?
The Undertaker.
Carson?
There's a reason why you can't see him, and his name's John Cena.
Kenny?
Star's got to be Hulk Hogan for our boy Briggsy.
Yep, I'm going to go Hogan, too. Both. As Hulkamania and then NWO Hogan.
NWO, yeah.
Paul Rosen saying the Hulkster. Matt Staffiero saying get Dame out of the West. Hey, I know that feeling.
Yes, I agree with you. Get him out of the West.
Get him out of the West. Bring him east. Real east. And last one. I'm going to start this with Sis. What is the best place you ever went to to eat a sandwich?
Fiore's in Hoboken on Adams Street.
Carson.
Oh boy. Wow. What's it called? I think it's called Charlie's or Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks. I think it's called Charlie's, but they have really good Philly cheesesteak sandwiches there.
Kenny.
White House Subs in Atlantic City.
Woo. I don't know, man. I'm a Jersey Mike's person.
White House Subs in Atlantic City is so good. They have 2 bakeries in town and make the bread just for White House Subs each day. And the workers push them on shopping carts. Every hour they get the bread delivered hot. Every hour on the hour.
Listen, I'm a Jersey Mike's fan. I really am. I know that's boring, but I'm a big Jersey Mike's fan.
That's too boring when you're from New Jersey and got all these mom and pop shops.
But Mr. Kirkpatrick,
if you ever had Primo sub, you never.
I've had a Primo sub in Wildwood. We've had that.
Primo's good, sis.
It's very good, sis. I'll give you that.
They're better than Mike's subs.
I'll give you that. Coach Breslin, Bogey Hoagie sandwiches in Hawthorne. Jed and I went there. I am a fan of Bogey's Hoagies. Very good place. All right, Mr. Kirkpatrick, you are up now because that is the finale of the Quick Hitters.
Good segment, right? Good segment. I'm going to bring up a little news now. We're going to talk a little news. News broke out. We had it in your Quick Hitters, but let's touch up a little bit. Coach K stepping down after this year. You had a couple questions in there. I'll start with you, Kurt. Go to Sis, and Carson go last. Just a little 1 minute rundown. You said, you asked the question, is Coach K the best? We answered that. But what are you expecting from them this year? And what do you expect from him in the, what are your thoughts of it?
Again, my thoughts are, listen, he's probably, obviously we didn't see John Wooden. I didn't see John Wooden coach, Bobby Knight, we saw a little bit. So those are probably the 3 best coaches when you talk about people that I've watched. Or in our that we've been talked about. But listen, you got to give your hats up to him. He has changed. He has changed where he was more of the I'm going to keep my guys 3-4 years. Those teams with Shire and those kind of guys that when he won his national titles, he probably beat the team when they beat in 91 or 90, I believe 92, when he upset the undefeated UNLV team. I would never think that team would beat anyone's going to beat that UNLV team. So he did it. He won his first national championship. He's now gone into a little bit with the one and dones the last couple of years. I think he will always be part of that Duke program. Not going to say he's going to recruit for them, but if they ever want somebody and need somebody, and hey, if Mike Krzyzewski can help you, it doesn't hurt. And it's going to be tough. Listen, Shire's going to have, somebody said it before, I think it was Carson, shoes to fill. No one's ever going to fill. It's Krzyzewski Court. It's Krzyzewskiville. That's Duke for the rest of any time on earth. Duke is Mike Krzyzewski is Duke. So one of the best ever. I'm surprised
it's not Johnny Dawkins going over there. I really am. Sis, what are your thoughts on Coach K's career?
Again, he coached the Olympic teams. He coached the USA All-Stars. He's had a phenomenal run with national championships at Duke. This season, I think, they'll be lucky to be 500 after last year's catastrophe. And I wish him well. It's about, he's been there a long time, man. So it's time to step down after this season.
Mm-hmm. Carson.
Yeah, I'm very happy that he's going one more year because I definitely want him to go out in an amazing way at Duke for his last home game. I can't even imagine what the stadium's going to do when he takes his final bow. Obviously Hall of Famer, unbelievable coach. It's hard to beat 12 Final Fours. A few national championships along the way. Crazy stat that I saw: he has coached 7 national players of the years while he was at Duke, which is absolutely unheard of. Like you guys were saying, Olympic head coach. Obviously when my Spartans took them down a few years ago. It was great because nobody thought we could do it. But yeah, there's obviously a reason why he's called Coach K, and there's his court's named after him. So obviously, unbelievable coach, and I'm very thankful and very happy that he's going to be at least for one more season, especially with the fans and the students being back and allowed in that arena, because I think everybody's going to tune in for his last final game at Duke, because I can't imagine the sight when he walks off the court for the last time. So definitely top 5 coach of all time, and just a great person in general.
Guys, Kenny, real quick, couple comments. Coach Breslin saying, well-respected coach, won national titles and gold medals, created a great program. Sis, you're going to love this. He said, Coach Breslin said, I think he is number 4 on the list. Number 1 is John Wooden. Number 2 is Dean Smith. And number 3 is Sis. So he's got Sis as number 3, Coach Breslin.
I seen John Wooden, obviously, as old as I am. I've seen him coach right in the biggest, best games. He was an unbelievable coach and motivator, man. Yep.
And Bryce, see, Kenny, I agree with Bryce. See, I disagree with Sis, and I don't disagree with him a lot, but I agree with Bryce. Watch out for Coach K to take them deep in his last season. I agree. Those kids are going to play balls out for him. Like, can you imagine the last team?
You're right.
Now, one more thing. Jen asked this question.
But you talk about motivation, but it's also a lot of pressure on kids.
It is.
Think of the pressure that's on them.
No, it is. Jen asked this question. You ready?
Look at the pressure some NBA players have. You're talking about college kids.
I got one question to go around the room. Carson, Sis, and Kenny. Jen asked me this during dinner tonight. At North Carolina, is he getting a standing ovation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, he's the reason why that rivalry is so great and why there's so many close games. If it wasn't without him, there wouldn't be a rivalry in the first place.
Totally agree.
It's a shame. If Roy Williams would have held out one more year, they both could have went out together.
Yeah.
Imagine the scene.
Yeah.
All right, so that's take 1. We're going to do one more take now, and then we'll get into rapid fire, and we'll do some more takes throughout the show. The Belmont Stakes is this Saturday, the 3rd leg of the Triple Crown. And 2-parter on this take 2. I want your winner in the Belmont Stakes, and I want to know what your thoughts are on Bob Baffert getting suspended at Churchill Downs. Kentucky Derby is held for the next 2 years. Kurt.
I'm actually glad. Oh, real quick, Paul Rosen. I saw Coach Wooden. He was the greatest because he had so many different types of teams and won championships with all of them. Great point. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad. I'm finally glad that they're putting their foot down. This cheating's got to stop. You know, again, the horse did just test positive. Whatever. It was shown that he did. You know, somebody wrote like the horse just didn't ask for the steroid. I mean, obviously he didn't take it himself. Somebody gave it to him. That's the head trainer. You know what? Keep him out. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he wins, or if he does come back, wins without this. Monitor him. If it happens again, he's done for life. Throw him out of there. No more training. My winner, I'm going back to the Derby. I know Belmont is a long race, Kenny, but you know what? I'm not jumping off the bandwagon. Rock Your World had a terrible Derby. I know he's kind of like, he likes to be up front, but I'm going to go with Rock Your World, the 7-horse.
Okay, and Sis.
I'm going to go with the same horse. I've been doing some studying this week, and I think he's got a real good shot. It's a real long race. As far as Baffert goes, Churchill is not the only play. He should be banned from every track in the United States for 2 years. And then if he doesn't learn his lesson, like Kurt said, ban him for life. That's my thoughts on that.
Carson, you have a pick?
Yeah, I agree. You know, cheating is just not allowed. It's unacceptable. It's really unfortunate because with all the technology that's out there, I feel like a lot of guys are getting away, and they're going to keep doing it until they get caught. And I think this is a point in case being, Bob obviously needs to get, a punishment or a suspended for they can figure out how long it's for. But to set an example, all the other racers there, and especially for the fact, I mean, horse racing, I mean, that's one of the biggest sports betting events like of all time. So a lot of people were very upset when they bet that horse, and then they recall it and say, yeah, we're not giving him the winner because he cheated. So if I bet on that horse, I wouldn't be too happy either. So definitely that's my take on that. And then I'm gonna go with Hot Rod Charlie.
There you go.
Because I think it's the coolest name on the list, and the odds are 7-2. I'm looking at it, and I'm going to go with Hot Rod Charlie for the third best odds.
There you go.
I've got a couple notes on that. I'm going to bring up one point with Bob Baffert because you guys nailed it. But I will say this, two things. His stable, and he runs a lot of his horses in California. California needs to step up and suspend the guy because that's where all his horses run. Make a statement, suspend him and all his horses, because who knows how long this cheating's been going on. And I say that because if you ever watch the horse sales, these big horse sales, the auctions, these horses are going for $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know the pressure that's on a trainer when you pay, as an owner, I pay $1 million to a horse. How am I making that money back unless I win a Kentucky Derby?
Yeah.
Unless I win a Belmont Stakes. Those are the only races I can win that I'm making that $1 million back. So the pressure's on. Again, you don't cheat. There's no answers for that. But the more and more prices of horses are going up and the purses are down here, I think unfortunately you're going to see more cheating in horse racing.
Real quick,
Henry.
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 Notes I got about Rock Your World.
Okay.
He had a slow start in the Kentucky Derby. He should be the front runner, the horse leading the race. I put down Play Underneath. Hot Rod Charlie was third in the Kentucky Derby. He finished ahead of Essential Quality, the favorite in the Belmont Stakes and the favorite in the Kentucky Derby. And he also has the jockey, and he chose Hot Rod Charlie over Rumbauer, who won the Preakness. So I like Hot Rod Charlie. The horse I like in this race is Known Agenda. It's because he had the one post in the Kentucky Derby, and apparently that's the worst post to have in the Kentucky Derby. Very live at a price. He got shuffled back to 17th at the first turn. And you try and beat 17 horses after getting shuffled back, he was out of that race. So I'm going to give him a shot at 6-1. And I do like Hot Rod Charlie if you're playing like an exacta and trifecta. And I wouldn't go against Rock Your World also.
A couple things. Henry saying, and this is why there was no Triple Crown winner in horse racing this year. More drugs can get you banned for life. Paul Rosen, California has fined Baffert but hasn't suspended him. Big Dog saying Hot Rod Charlie for the win. I agree with Carson.
Yeah, unfortunately, Paul, I don't think they're gonna suspend him because that's where all his horses are. And if he's a top trainer as the track, he takes 50 or 60 horses away from the California tracks. That's going to hurt the California track. And that's unfortunate because, like I said, I'm going to see cheating continue as long as these horse auctions are selling horses for $1 million. And that's unfortunate. But that was my take two. I think now we're going to jump right into Sis's part one of Rapid Fire. We're right on.
We're going to start with Carson, Kurt, and then Kenny.
Wait.
Mr. Carson, name the coach who won a Rose Bowl and a Super Bowl.
Rose Bowl and Super Bowl.
Oh, I know it.
I don't know it.
I'm not sure.
I know it, Sis. Can I answer? No, I don't get the point, but can I answer?
No, we're not keeping score the first round, but go ahead and answer.
Pete Carroll.
Oh, Coach Breslin just got it. Pete Carroll.
It's not Pete Carroll. It's Dick Vermeil.
He didn't win a Super Bowl
Carroll.
for Vermeil.
Sure he
Did he? Oh, he did with the Rams.
Did.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Pete Carroll didn't win the Rose Bowl. Okay. You good one. That was a good one, Sis. I thought it was Pete Carroll.
Please, when I give you the correct answers, don't correct me. Thank you. Kurt. Nickname for the sprinter Florence Griffin Joyner. What was her
Flojo.
nickname? Now, that was too easy for you. Okay.
There we
Kenny.
go.
He's on a horse racing gig. Here we go. What track is the Eclipse run at every year?
Eclipse?
The Eclipse is run there every year. What race course? What's the name of the race course?
Keeneland?
Nope. Sandown. Back to Carson. Youngest lady single title tennis winner in the U.S. Open.
I know, Carson. These are hard.
God.
Where do you get to the Lions, Giants, in Denver?
Serena.
Nope. Martha Higgins.
Mm.
Okay. Kurt's up. 1980, Kurt. Which team won the World Series in 1980?
Royals?
Anybody want to take a guess on the panel?
Dodgers?
Very good.
Nice.
Yep. Back to Carson, correct?
Yep. Or Kenny.
Kenny.
Kenny, I'm sorry. Who was this player, and he also coached the Brooklyn Dodgers?
Pee Wee Reese?
Babe Ruth. Back to Carson. The diameter of a basketball hoop, 12 inches, 10 inches, 14 or 18 inches. You got a choice here. The diameter of a basketball hoop.
10 inches.
Boy, Carson, you're batting zero tonight.
Don't worry, I am too, Carson. Don't worry.
It's 18.
Mm.
Mr. Valenti's up, correct?
Yes, sir.
First football World Cup ever played in what country?
Brazil.
You're away. Mr. Kenny. First ever Wimbledon tournament. What year did it take place?
No multiple choice?
No.
1944.
1877.
Holy God.
Wow.
Kurt.
Oh, I was less than 100 years off.
No, back Carson, right?
Yeah.
I'm losing track here. In 1985, Mr. Carson, who won the Wimbledon?
Carson wasn't even born in 85, sis.
Doesn't matter. This has got nothing to do with age. Stay out of it. Mr. Carson?
Oh, God. Oh, I have no clue.
Anybody? Kurt? Kenny?
Yvonne Lendl.
Nope.
Morris
Mr.
Becker.
Good guess. That's who it was.
Oh,
It is?
Very good.
I had no
Very,
idea.
very, very good guess. Mr. Valenti, in 1929, what type of ball did they first use to play baseball?
a tennis ball?
1929. You're close. Anybody want to take a guess?
Golf ball?
Kenny?
I'll go with Carson, golf ball.
Soccer ball.
Wow. Huge ball for a baseball bat.
Right? Isn't that crazy? Back to Carson, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How many records were held by Mark Spitz in the 1972 Olympics? I don't care what year you were born. You should be able to.
6.
You were close. 7.
Oh, there you go,
Ooh, that was
Carson. All right,
good.
there.
I got You should have gave him within two the game. With
Listen. This is my segment, okay? Thank you. Kurt, from 1964 to 1978, playoff appearances by the New York Giants, 3, 7, 11, or 0. 64 to 78.
This is baseball, right?
No, football.
Oh, football.
Giants.
New York. No,
Yeah.
New York Giants.
Yeah, that's what I said, Giants.
7.
They didn't win any. 0.
I was going to say 0.
Wow.
We were bad those years. But it's called, Carson. Your team can change it around.
Yeah.
Those were the years that Sis
Paul
tried out.
Rosen was all over that with 0.
What year did you try out, Sis?
77. I got one for you real quick, Kenny. Who was the quarterback before you went to Denver? Actually, yeah, it was the 76-77 season. Who was the Giant quarterback back then?
Oh, it was Craig Morgan.
That's right. Very good. Carson. The Giants passed up. The Giants passed up and drafted Phil Simms. Who was the player they passed up on? Dan Marino, John Elway, Jeff Hostetler, or Joe Montana? Giants could have had him.
Jeff.
No, it was Joe Montana.
Wow.
From Notre Dame. Imagine that, Kenny. Yep. Kurt. In 1982, this person was inducted to the Hall of Fame. Emil Turner from the Giants, LT from the Giants, Cal Hubbard from the Giants, or Sam Huff?
Sam Huff.
1982.
Sam
Oh,
Huff.
Very good, Mr. Valenti.
Paul had Morton in Montana, by the way, guys. In his
Nice,
comments.
Paul.
Kenny, coldest temperature ever recorded in NFL history. What was the degrees?
Oh, I know the game. It probably was too. Minus.
It was the Ice Bowl. You're right. It was the Ice Bowl.
Did it reach minus 12?
Oh, you're off by 1. It was minus 13.
It's a good guess, Kenny. Paul's saying Bill Walsh loved Phil Simms.
So did I. He was a hard-nosed guy.
This you got. Can we do one more round in this round, and then we'll do the rest later?
You want one more question now?
One more for each of us.
Okay. Carson. In 1925, Tim Maurer purchased the Giants for $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, or $500. 1925.
I'm gonna say $500.
You got your second question of the night right. I'm proud of you.
Nice.
All right. $500. Imagine that.
Wow.
We're the team for 500.
That's
Wow.
sick.
I mean, even back then, that's probably the equivalent of like 5,000.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Mr. Valenti, I buy you a steak dinner if you can answer this one.
Okay.
The Giants' first opponent, their first home game, was the Packers, the Bears, the Pottsville Maroons, or the Frankfurt Yellow Jacks.
The Bears.
Nope, no dinner. Frankfurt Yellow Jacks.
Jimmy Iserman, guys, is saying hello.
Hey, Jim.
Hello, Jimmy. Who's up?
I think
Carson?
I'm ending it up right now, and then you can tally up the scores. I'm the last one.
If you don't get this one, you should.
By the way,
shame yourself.
sis, real quick, Paul Rosen is saying the Giants are now worth $4.3 billion.
Imagine that.
Imagine
Wow.
that investment, Carson.
What an investment. What an investment from 1925. All right, Kenny. If you don't get this, I might not talk to you again. Greatest game ever played. The Giants and who? Dallas, Bears, Green Bay, and the Colts.
What was the beginning of that question? I missed it.
The greatest game ever played between the Giants and these 4 teams: Dallas, Bears, Green Bay, or the Colts.
If he doesn't get this, we're kicking him off the show.
Oh man, exactly. This is so easy; it's ridiculous.
The greatest game?
It was the greatest game ever played. Dallas.
How do you not know this? And you're a Giant fan?
Oh, the Colts.
Wow,
About
very
time.
good.
About time
Really?
you got it.
Took you long enough.
That was growing.
Curdy,
Knocking on
Curdy
wood there.
probably-
Richie
Curdy
Katwika's
probably-
all over it with the Colts.
Sis,
Curdy
we'll let
probably
you, there was no
Googled it,
score
Curdy.
in that round, right? There was no score in that round.
Curdy probably Googled it. No, there was no score.
That was a warm-up.
Paul
Well,
Rosen's
no,
being funny,
real
saying the
quick there.
Patriots.
Wait till we get to Carson with the Lions. I can't.
All right, I'm ready.
Take 3 we'll do real quick. There was we'll do NBA picks. Take 3 and take 4 is going to be NBA picks, and the Celtics making news with Danny Ainge stepping down and Brad Stevens taking over the operations. Kurt, I'll go Kurt, Carson, Sis.
Real
on
quick, Kenny, real quick. Richie Katwink is saying he has the game program from that championship game, sis, in 1958.
Wow. It's worth some
Ask
money.
him if he would like me to sign it for him. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, we'll start with you, Kurt, with the Celtics making news, and then we'll go NBA. We'll go back around the room for NBA picks.
You know what? I'll
after
be real quick with the Celtics. You know, for the past 6 years. Listen, first off, Danny Ainge did create that big 3 with Ray Allen, Pierce, and Garnett, so he got a title. So got to give him props. But they also, Richie's saying, "Go ahead, sis, LOL, sign it." But they also, how many years have we heard? They got 8 draft picks. They got all this. They got ba. They traded it for Kyrie, and they let Kyrie go. So they had all that. He could have built this dynasty in, really taking it to the next level. And he kind of let it slip through the cracks by not, using that and getting somebody, not being able to get an Anthony Davis. There was always rumors there. But I'm going to say this about Brad Stevens, and I might be the only one to say this. All I kept hearing is, oh, my God, Brad Stevens this, Brad Stevens that. Brad Stevens could never beat LeBron. Every time he was in a conference final, he got beat. My opinion, total disappointment. He never lived up to what he is. Now he's going to become a general manager? What does he have to become a general manager? He belongs, honestly, coaching in college. So disappointed. And they're saying one of the potential, listen to this, one of the potential already coaching candidates, is you guys ready for this? The guy that the guy that was started this year coaching the Atlanta Hawks, who got fired. Why the hell would you want him?
And the other guy, and I'll give you a better name. And the other guy is Fizdale.
Why would you want both of them? The Atlanta Hawks were terrible with this guy. Nate McMillan looks like Pat Riley. You want him?
Nate McMillan looks like Red Auerbach.
And you want David Fizdale? He was getting beat by 40 last year with these Knicks. Oh, my God. Terrible.
Sis, we'll go to Carson next, and I'll finish up with Sis.
Yeah, he was, obviously he was a great coach. He came from Butler. Butler, obviously, Gordon Hayward almost made one of the greatest shots ever, and it went off the rim. And then after that, went to the Celtics, had a great run with them, had a great coaching career. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's a big move up, from coach to basically the president of the Celtics. So yeah, it's going to be a big step for him. I think he's got a lot of basketball background. I think that the more important question, though, like you guys are saying, is who's going to be the next coach. There's a rumor going around, which I would absolutely love, is Chauncey Billups getting a shot at a coaching job with the Celtics. I feel like that could be a good fit for him as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Like Brad Stevens, and I wish him nothing but the best. And congrats to Danny Ainge on basically retiring. So,
Kenny,
sure.
couple comments coming in on this one before Cisco's. Eddie Murphy, it was nice to see the Nets beating Boston after the GM robbed us in that deal. Coach Breslin, bad move getting Kyrie. Coach Breslin saying all about the players. Potential is that his head coach at Duke. So.
Yeah, absolutely. How about this? What are your thoughts?
Good player, good coach. This is a huge step.
Yep. And I'll just add one thing about Brad Stevens being the GM. If you're going to be a first-time GM, I'd rather see you be a GM in a small market, but you're going to be a first-time GM. Your first job as GM is going to be with the Boston Celtics. I don't see it working, and that's music to my ears as a Knicks fan. I don't see it working. And already you see what the candidates are for coaches, Fizdale and the guy who coached the Hawks.
The guy that coached the Hawks. I mean, like Carson saying, Chauncey Billups, Eddie Murphy saying, Jason Kidd.
Chauncey Billups would give him a shot. That'd be a good shot there. But you know what? One thing you can't do. We'll see. Maybe Stevens is meant to be a GM, but I think it's going to take time. But part 2 of the take 3. So take 4 actually. Kurt, you got some NBA games for us tonight. Let's make some NBA picks on tonight's games.
All right, some NBA picks. We're going to start tonight with Henry and Matt Staffiero's Denver Nuggets. Going to try to close it out at Portland. Nuggets or Trailblazers, sis?
I'm going to go with Nuggets.
Oh, Coach Breslin saying Kara Lawson, I heard this, is her name. She is on the possible list of head coaching candidates for Boston. So that would imagine that if they go with a woman, Kara Lawson,
yeah.
That would be awesome.
Somebody's going to become a head coach soon, a female head coach soon. It's coming.
And Eddie Murphy's going to change it up, saying, and back to your earlier question, down by 1, who gets the ball? Harden drives to the rim, kicks out to Joey Buckets, Joey Harris for the win. Ooh.
See, Coach, not taking anything away from I think for the first female head coach in NBA, I don't know how you guys would feel about this. I think it would be beneficial if it was a smaller market for the first head coach. Because if first head coach goes to a big market and fails, I hate to see what the media would do to them.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Okay, so Carson, Denver or Portland?
I'm going to say Portland. They're going back to Portland. I think those fans are getting riled up, and it's Damian Lillard is doing this in the West, right? Like, I cannot even imagine how much more, of an impact he would make if he was on an East Conference team. Going up against, if Jamal Murray was healthy, the best team in the West. I mean, and he's putting up these numbers. So I say he does it again. McCollum in the backcourt is going to be there with him as well. I say they force a Game 7. I'm going to go with the Blazers tonight.
Kenny.
I'm with Carson. I think we're going to get a Game 7 here. I think we're not going to be disappointed with tonight's game. It's going to bring. I think it's going to come right down to the end again. I think the point spread's 5. I think that's way too many. I think it's going to be a basket game, and I think Portland's going to. It's going to be what we expect. What we say in a Game 7. This series has been incredible. I think it's going to be a buzzer beater, last possession type of win tonight for Portland.
A couple more comments coming in. I'm going to go real quick. I hope Portland loses. I agree. I think Portland does win, but I'm going to root against them. Coach Breslin saying Portland as well, but I'm going to root for Denver. I just want Lillard to lose and one out and then head over there. Couple more comments. Eddie Murphy is saying Becky Hammon from the Spurs. He thinks she will be the first NBA head coach. Carson, you want to grab this one from Big Dog? Saying Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. Who will win that fight?
Ooh, I'm going to be watching it. I just bought the event. And let me tell you something. Obviously, everybody's picking Floyd. But you're not supposed to bet Floyd. If you bet $100 on Floyd, I think you win $7. It's not even worth the $100 to bet on. So if you're going to bet on somebody, take Logan Paul. I know it's literally David and Goliath. But I'm rooting for Paul because if he pulls that off, I think literally we would not have internet would be absolutely broken. I don't think we would have a show because everybody would be talking about. I hope it happens. That'd be the greatest upset of all time. And yeah. I'm going to be watching it, and I don't know. I hope at least it is a solid, good fight. I hope it isn't over in 30 seconds. I hope it actually goes at least 3 rounds. Because if it's over before it starts, it'll be disappointing. But people are going to go with Mayweather. But if you got money to blow, throw it on Logan Paul. I think it's 7-1 on Logan right now. So.
That's big odds.
Taking Logan. Yeah.
Big Dog's coming back, and let's jump back with tonight's second game, and I'll start with Sis. Big Dog saying, I want to see the Lakers get knocked out tonight. Do the Lakers get knocked out tonight, Sis? Does Phoenix put them away, or is this going to go Game 7?
I'm hoping the Suns knock them out.
Kenny.
I'm on top of that mountain and yodeling those words that Big Dog says. I want to see them get knocked out. I want the crybaby to go home. You don't walk off the court five minutes in the game and think that's going to fire your teammates up. That's going to piss me off as a teammate. They're going to come out ice cold. The Suns are going to take them. And I'm calling this now. Double-digit win by the Suns. I'm going bold.
Carson.
Going a bold statement as well, but I'm going the opposite. LeBron James is 14-0 in first-round games. He's never exited in the first round ever in his playoff career. I have a bold statement. LeBron's going to score over 40 points tonight. He's going to take this Lakers team to the next level. You're going to see classic LeBron playoff mode LeBron James tonight, and he's going to take his team on his back. Regardless, I don't believe Anthony Davis is playing, and I think LeBron is going to have one of his best games ever. I think he is going to step it up, and he's going to put on a show in L.A., and I'm going to say over 40 points tonight for LeBron.
That's bold, Carson. That's bold. I hope you're wrong, because I'm with Big Dog, Kenny, and Sis, because I can't stand them. You know what? Listen, like Sis said, I'm hoping. I want to see him get knocked out. Eddie Murphy saying first time for everything. Bye-bye, Bron. I want to be the first one to say it. Hopefully it is on his home court. So I'm going to go Phoenix tonight. Tomorrow night, real quick, Sis, do the Clippers escape Dallas to get to a Game 7, or does Dallas close out the Clippers tomorrow night? Clippers, Mavericks.
I think the Clippers are going to do it. Yep.
Kenny.
I think the Mavericks. I think finally somebody's going to win a home game. I think the Mavericks close it out.
I agree with you, hopefully, and hope Kawhi says, I want out and I want to head east. Carson?
Yeah, I'm going Mavericks. I don't believe in their coach, Tyronn Lue, and I think the Mavericks are gonna shock them and take the series. And then there's going to be a lot of questions surrounding Kawhi Leonard of where he's going to go. So I'm going to go Mavericks.
And let's do Coach Breslin saying Clippers. I can't believe them. They are so disappointing. Yes, 2 years in a row now. So let's do this. This weekend, the Eastern Conference semifinals start. 2-3. I know we're just gonna make quick predictions here. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but Carson, Bucks, Nets, not game 1. Who wins the series and how many games?
I'm gonna go with the Nets. Greatest big three ever assembled, but I think the Bucks get 2 games out of this. I think it's going to go 6 games, and I say the Nets are going to close it off. But this is going to be a really, really good series. Basically, like we were saying yesterday, this is basically the Eastern Conference Finals in my eyes, and I think the Nets get it done in 6 games.
Kenny.
I can't pick the Nets, If I was not a Knicks fan, I'd probably say the Nets in 7. I'm going to say the Bucks in 7.
Okay. By the way, Eddie Murphy saying Booker's going to go for 40 tonight. Coach Breslin saying the Nets in 6. Sis, what do you think? Nets?
Yep.
Bucks?
Nets. Go with Carson and Coach Breslin. Nets in 6.
All right. I'm going to agree with Kenny. There's no way I'm going to root for the Nets. There's no way I'm going to hope the Nets win. And I'm going to go opposite. I think the Bucks are going to be your NBA champions this year. I think that they're determined. The Greek Freak, I think, is just going to be that good. I'm going to go Bucks in 6. I think what's going to happen is this is where the Kyrie Irving, he implodes. He tries to take over. I can't wait for when they're down 1 or 2 and he tries to take the shot, because he should be the 4th option behind KD, Harden, Joe Harris, and he's going to try to be the man. He's going to do something stupid, and I think this could be where it's boop, and he starts heading his way out of Brooklyn next year. Rich Atwood saying, I'm going to go pick the Nets in 6. So that's Rich's prediction.
Popular pick, the Nets in 6.
Yeah.
And the And the other Eastern Conference. Oh, sorry, Carson.
Oh, sorry. Not just kidding. Really quick point. You're going to get very good odds if you take the Bucks to win it all at plus 500. So if you're not picking the Nets, I say the Bucks you get great value for your money right there. Right now, plus 500 to win the whole thing.
That's good. Those are good odds. Eddie Murphy's trying to be funny, guys. Did MSG sell out next round? I know this. We didn't have to have our guys go on and say 50% off. I'll buy tickets. Here's the thing that's sad. And this is not, not sad, but nobody cares about Brooklyn. It's really true. Like, it's a Knick town. They're talking about the Knicks today. They'll be talking about the Knicks tomorrow. Just, even if they were to win, nobody would care. It's a Knick town. And it's where Kyrie and KD really screwed up by trying to get their legacy and that kind of thing. They should have went to New York. They should have went to the Knicks. They should have did in New York because nobody just cares about Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. You could even tell, like, the difference between Madison Square Garden versus the Barclays Center. Even the crowd alone, like, constantly Madison Square Garden to the very last second. But Brooklyn, you were hear some cheers here and there, but it's almost like they're so good that it's almost expected that they're going to put on a show, so they're not as, like, antsy. Whereas the Knicks, they're a lot more passionate fans. So for sure, I agree 100%.
And the last thing, Hawks versus Sixers, sis. Who wins the series? How many games? Atlanta, Philadelphia.
I think the biggest question there is, does the big guy play? And if he does, I'll take the 76ers.
Kenny.
If Embiid plays, yep.
If I had to pick now, you put me on the spot. If I'm going to have to guess, I'm going to say he's going to be banged up, but I'm going to say Sixers in a hard-fought 7-game series.
Carson.
Very hard-fought. Yeah,
we saw him last year in this particular spot and the year before that, and they even had Jimmy Butler. And, it seems like the 76ers get it done in the first round, but once they get past the first round, they're having some issues. I'm very hot on Trae Young. You guys aren't going to want to hear that because he just beat you guys, so plug your ears. But I think Trae Young goes off in this series. I'm going to go with a little bit of an upset. Like Sis said, it's going to come down if Embiid plays or not. But he's going to be a big piece if they want to win this series. But I'm going to go Hawks.
Hats off to Trae Young. I am going to, if they play, kind of pulling for them a little bit over the Sixers. I'd like to see the underdog teams. And they're a young team. I wouldn't be mad if they beat the Sixers. Not at all.
A couple comments. Eddie Murphy, if Embiid plays, Sixers in 6. If not, Hawks upset and win in 7. Coach Breslin, upset special, Hawks. Eddie Murphy saying Knicks can have the town. Chips is what counts. Coach Breslin's trying to be a little funny, saying, yes, Ed, the Garden will be full. He heard the circus was coming to town. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go upset too, guys. You know what? And you know what? This is gonna make, honestly, Kenny. I think as Knicks fans, Kenny, this is gonna make us feel a little better because you know what? I think, and me included, a lot of people underestimated the Atlanta Hawks. They're a good damn team. They shoot from outside. Trae Young is a difference maker. And you know what? I don't trust Embiid, like Sis says. I don't, like Carson was saying, they didn't do it with Jimmy Buckets. I don't trust this team. I'm going to take the Hawks in 7 too.
Yep.
So
I got a little surprise coming up in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Coach Breslin's joining us for the most superlative, but let's get into Sis's rapid fire. Sis, we got a 10-minute clock.
Carson, Kenny, and then Kurt.
Nice.
Mr. Carson, first question of the evening. He led the Lions in receptions in 2005. Name the player.
Roy Williams?
Nope. Marcus Poland. That's the minus for you. And now we'll go to Kenny. Tiki Barber. What college did he go to?
Jenny Hoops is University of Virginia.
There's the first plus of the night. Mr. Valenti. Eddie Siciliano's Seton Hall team played against Tom Coughlin in 1976, and we beat them 28-10. What was the college that he coached at?
I knew this because we did the letter.
You should know this. We did the letter. Yes, sir.
Ithaca.
Rochester University.
I knew it. You
Yep.
put it in the letter.
I thought you would nail that for sure.
Damn it.
Go back to Mr. Carson. He was hired as the head coach in 2006 for the Lions. Name him.
It's the guy with the white hair, I think. I can't think of his name, though.
Can I help
Take a
him?
guess. Go ahead.
Wayne Fonts?
We're all friends. No, Ron Marinelli.
Marinelli, I was
the
going to tell. I was going to before you jump. You had to jump in, Kurt. I was going to help Carson and give him Marinelli. That was the 0-16 team.
Yeah.
Kenny.
I wouldn't remember that
Conley.
either if I was a Lions fan.
Kenny. Charlie Conley went to what college?
Notre Dame.
Mississippi. Mr. Valenti. I got to get a good one for him.
Big Dog said I knew it was Ron, but couldn't spell the last name. Eddie Murphy saying can't blame Carson. They had like 20 head coaches since then.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Breslin in the waiting room. I'll bring you in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Hang out with us.
Kurt,
Yes.
2 players that were traded to get John Elway. One was Chris Hinton. Name the other.
Mark Herman.
Very good, Mr. Valenti. Very good. Back to Mr. Carson. Drew Stanton, second round pick in 2007. What year did he start for the Lions?
I like Drew Stanton. He was like a little.
Yeah, he was
Carson was
good.
hoping he'd say, "What college did he go?"
I liked him.
I was getting ready for him to say college. 2009.
Very good. Plus, and we
Michigan
go to
State
Kenny.
also.
Giants' first round draft pick, Kenny, in 1997 from Florida.
Ike Hilliard.
Very good. Mr. Valenti.
Well, we lost this.
Uh-oh. Hold up.
Are you still there? You still
We
there?
hear you. We hear you. There it is.
All right. Mr. Valenti, the original colors of the Broncos. There's 3 colors. The original colors.
I'm going to say brown and yellow.
I'm going to give it to you because it's brown, white, and mustard.
Okay.
So you were there.
Have any?
Very good.
You don't have any of those jerseys?
Yes, I do. I have a, I want to say I have a Brian Dawkins and a Champ Bailey, I believe.
Never seen you wear one of them.
I got to get it done.
Carson.
I have them.
Carson, in 2003, this player wore number 3 for the Detroit Lions. Who was he?
Good God. The only player I can think of that was number 3 was Joey Harrington.
You got it.
Very good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. We're up to Mr. Kenny.
See, guys, when Sis gives us reasonable questions, we sound pretty smart, you know?
Kenny, what team was Y.A. Tittle traded from when they traded him to the Giants?
That would be the Vikings, Mr. Sis.
Nope. San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, that's right.
Kenny, Eddie Murphy's giving me props. Got to give it to Kurt. In the 20-plus years I've known him, he knows his Broncos.
Kurt, what Broncos running back sang this song, Make Those Miracles Happen? He made a song. The name of the song was Make Those Miracles Happen.
Floyd
1980
Little?
1987.
Oh, 1987.
Right.
Sammy
gonna-
Winder?
Can you sing a lyric for us, Sis?
No, I don't know what the song is. It's John Kelworth, something like that.
But never got that one.
No.
You opened your mouth too soon about easy questions.
Yeah, I know. I jinxed myself.
We're back to Carson, the
Right.
Lions. First draft pick for the Lions in 2005.
Oh. Gosh.
I think I might. No, I don't know it. That was
Say a
90.
receiver. Don't they pick receivers every year?
Yeah. Wasn't Roy Williams, was it?
You were close. It was Mike Williams.
Mm.
Go to Kenny.
You play Jeopardy. Just say Williams. You got
Williams,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
2002, 2003, the Giants selected this person number 1.
Would that be Justin Tuck?
Try Jeremy Shockey.
Mm.
Okay, if we do one more round, sis,
It's up to you. Kurt.
give us 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds we'll do. 2 more each.
Shannon Sharp. Kurt, what
Yeah.
college did he play for?
Savannah State.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gave you that one. That was too easy. Okay, we're back to Mr. Carson and the Lions.
He's digging those papers. This is going to be a tough question.
The first Detroit Lion player ever elected to the Hall of Fame.
Oh God, it's not Sanders. Oh
Nope.
God, what's his name? Oh damn.
You're probably looking at the stadium right now, thinking in your head, where is it?
Yeah, I know he's in the
I'll give
Raptors.
Carson, I'll give you his initials. It's DC.
I
I don't know.
I'm gonna know it as soon as you say it, and I can't think of his damn name.
Dutch who?
Who is it?
Yeah.
Dutch Clarence.
Yeah.
Now we're going to Kenny. No, we're going to we're going back to Kenny with the Giants. Okay. Got to get a good one for Kenny here. Under Bill Parcells, Tom Coughlin coached what position from 1975 to 1976? What position did Mr. Conklin coach?
Wide receivers.
Very good.
You know why I know that, sis?
Stephen Baker.
No.
Baker joined us. Stephen Baker joined us, and that was his coach. He was talking about Coughlin, how hard he was on our interview with him.
Okay.
Last round, have some good ones, sis. The final round.
Final round.
Okay. Kurt. First Bronco to return an interception 90 yards for a touchdown.
Do I get a year?
You're the Bronco 1977. You're the Bronco expert. 90 yards for a TD. I'll give you a hint. He was a linebacker.
Tom Jackson?
Nope. Randy Gradishaw.
Should have knew that.
Yep, you should have.
Disappointed.
I'm a little shocked that you didn't.
Disappointed.
Kurt threw an interception in his 2 minute drive.
Damn it.
2 minute.
Carson,
Yeah.
in 2005, how many games did the Lions win?
Boy.
Think Marinelli, Carson. Marinelli.
Was that the year?
I
Zero?
think so. I think so.
Zero? Was that the year? Oh, and
No,
16.
they won 5 games.
Oh, I'm
It
sorry,
was either
Carson.
that year or the year
It was
before.
zero.
I think it was the year before.
My bad. You missed the field goal.
Yeah.
Kenny, what coach in the 20th century had the most victories for the Giants?
Was it Ray Hamley?
No. Was it
Ray Perkins.
Steve Owen?
I threw an interception. Thanks, sis. That was good. I'm going to bring Coach Breslin in because we're getting close to the end here.
5 wins.
Okay.
Big Dog was saying 5 wins. He was on that with the Lions.
Let me total it up, and then you could bring Coach in. We
Look at that background.
Oh,
Hey, what's
I
up,
like
fellas?
it. I like
What's
it.
up, Coach?
you know he's throwing dirt at us, Kenny, right? With this background, right?
Oh, yeah. But that's all right. 'Cause I got to get back at Coach Breslin with the superlatives.
That's
Kurt,
it. You
you
got to
want-
have some fun.
Yep. Kurt, you won the tournament 3-2. The other two had 2 each.
All right. Thank you, sis. I like it.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Welcome.
By the
Good
way,
job,
Coach Breslin, super
Yeah, look.
awesome with the shirts. DMK
Nice. Look at you
apparel.
guys.
I'm rocking the
You're
red
going to get
tonight.
Carson's mailed out, and Sis will get his this entry
Yeah.
sometime. I don't know what he's
Right.
doing. I
Nice.
brought Coach Breslin on, guys. I thought Jenny Hoops had a great segment with your guests on Tuesday and asked some superlative questions. So I want to see who's the most superlative out of the 5 of us.
Oh, geez.
I got a bunch. You can name yourself, and I'll start. I'll just do the same order each time around, or I'll just call you all out, and I'm going to keep a score. And like I said, we're all included in this, so it could be any of us, and you can name yourself. Kurt, who's the best? Who do you think would be the best singer out of the group?
Now, who am I saying? I'm including who?
Any of us 5.
So who's the 5th person? Oh, okay, us 5. Best singer? I'm going to go Carson because I seen some of his streams getting fired up. I'm going Carson.
Carson, who's the best singer?
Oh God.
Name yourself.
I'm gonna go Sis.
Jenny Hoops is saying sis.
Sis got
Big
Coach
Dog.
Breslin,
Wait,
who's the best?
Big Dog is saying Carson.
Okay. 2-2.
Singing, I'm going Carson. I think, you know what? He makes a lot of good noise on his show. I am going Carson.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm
Coach.
with Carson on that one, too. All right, let's go down the line here. Carson, who's the best dancer out of the group?
I
It's gotta
don't
be
get to
Coach
pick
Breslin.
Kenny. Kenny, do I
Oh,
get
wait,
picked?
Kenny, you didn't pick
Oh,
sis.
I forgot Sis. I'm sorry.
Coach
Sis, I'm sorry. I
Breslin.
forgot.
I've
Too many
heard him,
people.
I heard him singing Ramapo. It's Coach Breslin, hands
Yeah, I sing solos. Says solo, you can't hear it.
Kenny, Eddie Murphy has Carson definite with the singing.
You had Carson, Sis, with singing?
No, I had
Coach
Coach,
Breslin.
Breslin. I
Coach
heard him
Breslin.
singing in the locker room.
All right. Carson, who's the best dancer out of this group?
Oh, it's gotta be Coach for sure. I know he's how to get down.
Coach Breslin, who's the best dancer?
Don't ask my wife that. Oh, I'm definitely not voting for myself. So I'm going with you, Kenny.
Me? Sis,
I'm going
who's
with
the
you.
best dancer?
Kenny, I'm going with you, Kenny.
All right. What do you think, Sis?
Kurt Valenti.
I'm going Mr. Siciliano, so Kurt, you got to be the tiebreaker.
Well, hold on. Jenny Hoops. We're getting a couple of comments. Jenny Hoops is saying best dancer. She's picking me. Coach Eddie Murphy's saying Coach Breslin's the best dancer.
Oh,
and
man.
I am going to show because you know what? I have to go with Mr. Sis. I haven't really seen Coach Breslin dance. I've seen Kenny in action, but I've seen Sis in a lot of places. I'm going Sis. Big Dog's going Sis. I think Sis wins that one.
We got Sis for that one.
This is the winner.
Let's see
Good,
what
that's good.
Coach, who's the best dressed out of this group?
Best dressed. All right, Kenny, I'll get to you. You know
Just
what?
saying,
You
I
who's
wear
doing
the
the
K
K&K
I wear the
Sports
K and
Show
K more than anybody
stuff?
here.
That's
It's
it.
got to be me,
That's
right?
It's got to be you.
Sis,
I'll go with you for the show. Best dressed for sure.
I'll name myself too because of the K and K apparel. Kurt,
I'm going to pick you because all those times going out, you'd have the short sleeve shirt with the button down, always looking sharp. So Jen's giving me again best dressed. I think I'll tell you this. I'm going to cheat a little. I might not be the best dressed, even though thank you Hoops for giving it to me. But I'm the best ironer out of all these people. I could tell you that. I don't know if you have that, but I am the best. I take pride in my ironing. But
I don't know about that. I remember many times down the shore, sis, can you iron my shorts?
Well, that was back then.
I'm not sure about that.
I've matured into that.
That was like Kenny standing backwards at the Marlin when the band was playing.
Yeah.
You guys have irons? No way.
Yeah, yeah.
Carson, who would you pick as the best dressed?
Oh, Kenny for sure. You for sure. Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to Kurt to start this one off. Who's got the best physique out of the five of us?
The best physique?
Yeah, best
Are
physique.
you joking? I mean, look at Sis's arms every week. How are you going to answer that?
Carson.
Yeah, Sis for sure. I don't want to mess with Sis. Definitely Sis.
Yeah, those guns. Coach Breslin.
No question. Sis, absolutely. Plus the hat and the guns. Man, look
That's
out.
it.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate
Are
that.
you naming yourself Coach Sis?
Of course.
Yeah, I'll
Jenny Hoops said Mr. Sis on that comment.
Atta girl, Jennifer. Atta girl. That's my girl.
She said, sorry,
All right.
KV. No, sorry. That's a sweep.
Clean sweep.
Curious to see where you guys are going to go on this one. Who's the best fan of their sports teams out of all five of us? Carson.
I'm going to go Kurt. Just because I think he knows more about his team, the Broncos, than any of us do about our own teams.
Coach Breslin.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Carson. I'm going to go Kurt. You know what? And he knows a lot of the stuff about the Broncos, so I'm going with him.
Sis.
Hands down, Kurt, with the Broncos.
I'm going to throw a vote out for Carson, and I'll tell you why, Kurt, because you don't have a baseball team. And
Okay,
Carson is a
good point.
struggling Detroit fan.
Yeah.
I got to give it to Carson for being loyal to his Detroit team, so I'm going to throw Carson out a vote.
Jenny
Hey,
Hoops
Kurt.
is saying tie, but have to say KV. I got to take myself on this one because there's some sick things putting Reggie Miller in the freezer. Especially when I was younger,
Oh, yeah, we had fun.
having masses, having a mass outside with my aunt and my grandmother and Kenny in our backyard when we were in college, hoping for Nick wins. But I'm gonna have to say myself in a bad way because I'm a little nuts. Big dog saying I'm going with myself with the Lions.
I got a couple more fun ones for tonight. Carson, who's the best actor out of this group? Who would be the best actor?
Oh boy. I'm gonna go Sis in this.
Coach Breslin.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going Sis as well because I think one of those Italian movies, where it's like, I'm going to cut your throat. Sis is the man.
There you go, Sis. What about you?
I was going to say Coach Breslin would fit right in with the Godfather movie, so I'm going to go Coach Breslin.
Coach Breslin too, because he could play the perfect coach in a movie. The football coach, like Varsity Blues, he could be that kind of coach.
He could play Sonny
Basketball
Corleone.
coach, he could be any kind of role there with the coaches.
Sonny Corleone, definitely.
Kurt.
This is hard. I'm not going to agree with Hoops on this one. I'm going to go, again, I could see Sis, but I'm going to go Carson because I see Carson, again, when I watch his streams, he's got that acting. He's all over the place. That he could talk sports. Like, he could do a lot of different roles, I think. Carson could be in different, he could be in a comedy. He could be in an action. He could be like in a love movie scene, like calm. He could do it all. Eddie Murphy's asking, did we get our tickets for Game 1 at MetLife yet? No, but
Working on it.
Once Aaron Rodgers becomes, that's going to be my pick.
All right,
Wait.
Kurt. I think I know where you're going to go on this one, but I want to know not only who the best is and what would their role be. Who would be the best WWE wrestler?
That's hard, man.
Hmm.
I'm going to put it, you know what? I'm going to put a combination. Sis as the wrestler and Coach Breslin as his manager. Coach Breslin would be like what was it, Freddie Blassie, like give Sis the cane, bang, like no one's seeing it.
Sis could definitely be a good heel. I like that. I'm gonna go both as well. I like that. I couldn't echo it more. Carson.
Yeah, same here. That sounds great.
And Coach and Sis.
Jenny Hoops is saying Sis on that one.
Sounds good. I'll go the same.
Awesome.
And Eddie Murphy's saying, wait, Jen's saying Sis and Kurt as a tag team. Oh my God.
There you go. Here's
We're going to start practicing the L driver right now.
That's it. Hold on, a couple more. Wait, there's a couple more comments I want to get to them. Hold on. Eddie Murphy's saying Sis, he gives me Hulk Hogan vibes. Big Dog saying me with Carson as his manager.
Oh, nice.
There's the main event. Sis and Big Dog and Coach Breslin and Carson the managers.
There we go.
Good.
Well, let me ask you this. I was thinking too, Kurt. You could be the road runner and you just run around the ring as fast as you can so they don't catch you.
That's it.
I'm going to start this one with Sis. Sis, who would be the best out of the five of us TV evangelist?
Oh my God. I'd say Carson.
I'm going to say Carson too. I could see him in a suit preaching. I could see it on TV.
With the Bible in his hand. Yeah, with the Bible in his hand. Yeah.
Guys, real quick.
Detroit hat on.
Will Cologne is saying hello.
What's up, Will?
What's up, Will?
How are we doing, Will?
I'll do one more quick one, and we could do these again because I got a bunch. We could do this another night.
Okay.
So I know we got to get off for the Viva Los Bills. TV evangelist, Kurt.
I'm going to go Carson, too.
Carson.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll vote myself.
Sweeping Coach Breslin?
Sure, absolutely. Let's make it a clean sweep.
Jenny Hoops is going Carson. Big Dog saying Carson. He would start with he lives in a van down by the river.
I'll try and do two, but I'll do this one.
Yeah.
Who would make the best cartoon character out of the five of us, Coach Breslin?
I'm going Kurt, Roadrunner.
That's tough.
Yes. Who would be the best cartoon character, Sis?
You.
Well, I'm going to go combination. I'm going to go Kurt, but as Mr. Magoo, and Sis as the guy from the Jetsons, Sprocket.
There you go.
Eddie Murphy and Big Dog both said me. I'm going to say, Kenny, I'm going to go with you on this one. I'm going to pick you.
Yep.
All right, and Carson.
Yeah, I was thinking Kenny for cartoon for sure.
Absolutely.
My last one, guys. I'll see how I see it on my screen. Kurt would be the best mime out of the five of us.
You said mime or mine?
Mime.
Oh.
I'm gonna go you, Kenny.
Okay, Carson.
I'm gonna go Coach. I think you make a good mime.
Coach Breslin.
I'll go with you, Kenny.
Sis.
I'll go with Coach Breslin on that one.
I'm going Coach Breslin too. Kurt, you can't keep quiet when something bothers you.
No. Oh no.
It's got
I wouldn't
popular
last 2
channel on
seconds.
Twitch, so he couldn't stay quiet. So the two of you are definitely out. So right now, out of round one, that'll end the superlative for today. Sis, you are most superlative today with 4. Coach Breslin and Carson 3. Kurt and I 2.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny Hoops, for tuning in. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Big Dog, for all your comments on that.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
No, that was good,
That was
Kenny. That was
good. Yeah,
good.
that was a great segment. That was good.
Let's do this. We got a minute left before the Viva Las Bills. Please check that out on the I-95 Sports Network. Coach Breslin, since you joined us, give us a real quick closing comments. Anything.
I'm going, let's go Suns. Let's try to put an end to the Lakers And you know what? Give them an up. Let's get some new teams in on the to get to the finals. So let's go Suns.
Carson.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Breslin. I think the Lakers, though, they're going to force a game 7. I think LeBron's going to have a big, big game. Like I said earlier, bold statement. I think he goes over 40. But I think the Suns back in Phoenix, I'd say they close the gap and the Suns move on.
Sis.
Going right along with Coach B. Want to see the Lakers get beat tonight.
I'll go before Kenny. I'll give you the final word. You know what? I was fired up last night. Ask Jen. I was yelling at the TV, screaming at Randall, screaming at Barrett, screaming at Bullock. But you know what? Listen, this team came from nowhere, supposed to win, like Sis said yesterday, 21 games. Vegas had them to win 21 games. They won over 40. The 4 seed. The Garden's back. They say we're back. The Garden was electric, and I'm so sick of, okay, let's watch the NBA draft for a top pick. Now, money, we got picks, we got assets, and you know what? Now I am so excited to take this next step to start competing, not just for 4 seeds, but for championships. And I think we got the great front office. We got an unbelievable head coach, and I'm so happy with this Knicks team, and I cannot wait for next year. Kenny, final thoughts.
I'm just going to make it short and sweet. Echo your words, Kurt. Coach Breslin, thank you for joining us. Thanks for the fun segment there at the end. Audience, great show. Carson, please plug your show before
Yes.
we switch over to Viva Los Bills and send everybody over there.
Yeah, if you guys like casino content, I run a gambling YouTube channel. So search up Ticket Time on YouTube. We had to move our live streams over to Twitch. If you have Twitch, it's a live streaming app. Twitch.tv/Ticket Time. You can find me over there for all your casino needs.
Great. And guys, if you want to listen to a good NFL show, the Viva Los Bills are on the I-95 network right now. Switch them over. Viva Los Bills. Check them out.
All right, guys, we'll see you back regular time on Tuesday night, obviously all in on high school sports, and Wednesday, we'll see you guys back at our 8 o'clock spot.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good night.